Scott the Fix-It Guy here. Today we'll be going over how to correct a problem with the surface igniter on a Wolf stove. And here we have a picture of the burners with the top burner pieces removed. And this is a brass fitting that has to be removed using a couple of wrenches. You could even use a couple of crescent wrenches to spin off this gas supply line. And the next thing you would do is remove two Phillips head screws on either side of this burner assembly, and then you can lift the burner off to have access to the igniter. This is a website that will have a service manual on how to do this exact repair. It gives you even more details on the Wolf stove. This is some information about the igniter that you can order and what models it will work for. And then here's a picture showing some of the upper pieces of the burner that just pull right off. You don't have to remove any screws. Except for this part that says inner burner, you have to use a 10mm Allen wrench to remove that piece. This one can be removed again. These are the brass fittings with a couple of wrenches or crescent wrenches. It's the supply line. This piece you can remove if you want to, or you can leave it on since it's flexible. This is the Wolf igniter, and normally there's a little metal piece here at the top. This particular igniter, that metal piece had broken internally inside here and was no longer connected to the wire that came out the back. So it was causing the electrode to spark over as it should, but then it wouldn't turn off because inside that metal piece was no longer connected to the wire. So this is an old faulty igniter that was removed from the burner, and what's holding it inside the burner is just this C-clip right here, and then there's this little spring to give it some tension to hold it in position. So to remove it, you just have to remove this C-clip. Take the wire off first and then remove the C-clip. You can use a small flathead screwdriver, would work great. You can just wedge it in and then pop it out. It's probably the easiest way. And then once you get that clip off, take the spring off and pull the igniter out. There is a 10mm Allen wrench holding a central piece to the burner that kind of keeps this igniter from coming out. So it's good to remove that using a 10mm Allen wrench. You can also grasp it with a large set of pliers or channel locks, but it may distort the brass, so it's better to use the 10mm socket as ideal. But you really, to do this job, you just need a Phillips head screwdriver. You need a small standard head screwdriver to remove the clip, and a couple of crescent wrenches to remove the gas fittings, and that's about it. Pretty easy procedure, and your stove will spark like never before. Again, with this particular one, this little metal piece had just broken internally. The new wires that come with the igniter are better designed. They have better insulation than the old one, and they have a better spade connector. So it's a much better arrangement. The other side of this has to hook up. This comes with the igniter, and this side has to hook up to the spark module on the back of the stove. This diagram shows some nice detail of the igniter and the pieces that hold it on, the little circlip that can be removed with a pair of pliers or with a small standard head screwdriver. Just gives you a little bit more detail of what those parts look like. This is the back of the stove. You have to remove the back panel, and you have access to the spark module where the igniter wire plugs into. Pretty easy to remove. And then these are some diagrams showing some of the possible problems with the igniter, maybe sparking too much or not sparking enough, and the possible reasons why that can happen. Again, if you were to download the manual shown earlier, you get even more descriptions. That manual will also give you more information on the entire stove. Thank you for watching, and good luck.